So I finally saw this movie after quite a few months of not really watching anything and just doing lots of work. So I finished work on one Friday evening and I got home and I decided to watch Rocky Balboa because I hadn't actually seen the movie all the way through before, and I think I'd only ever watched the ending, the ending fight scene. I wasn't too sure I couldn't really give much of an opinion on what I thought about the film and how it compared to the other Rocky movies and why it was filmed, it takes place so much later in the series from the last Rocky film. Anyway, I watched Rocky Balboa. It wasn't a bad copy of it. I watched it online, and I can honestly say it wasn't too bad. I quite enjoyed it. It was it was much different to the last Rocky movie. But then again, the last Rocky movie was Rocky 5, so it's kind of hard to really compare anything to that. As you can probably tell from my last review, I wasn't too keen on that film. But that being said, I did enjoy Rocky 4. I enjoyed Rocky Balboa. I was about to say Rocky 6 then, but it's not Rocky 6. It's called Rocky Balboa. It's a much older. We have a much older Rocky in this film. Sylvester Stallone is a lot older in this movie. It's probably, I think it was filmed like 14 years after the first film, maybe probably more than that actually. Yeah, 2006. So probably was, yeah, 2006, and Rocky 5 was 1990. So that's 16 years. So a lot of time has passed since then, and obviously Stallone chose to keep with his age and to make Rocky the same age as he was in that film. In this movie, Adrian has passed away. We're not too sure what the cause of her death was, but I think it's implied it was just natural circumstances. In this film, Rocky runs a restaurant and he's retired from boxing because he's in his 50s or something like that. His son is a character in this movie. His son has grown up. His son works in a big corporation, and there's this little subplot between his son and the son's boss, and yeah, that's quite a good little storyline. And there's a scene with Rocky's son actually that actually probably leads to one of the most famous monologues in the movie, and it's very quotable, it's very inspiring, and it's good to watch. Check it out on YouTube. It's a good thing to watch if you need a bit of motivation. That being said, overall the film's alright. It's pretty good. We're introduced to a new younger champion called Mason the Lion Dixon, and Rocky. The plot of the movie is Rocky. What they do is they try and simulate a fight between Rocky and Mason the Lion Dixon, and once this is done, it comes about that Mason wants to actually challenge Rocky to a real fight. Obviously, Rocky's a bit reluctant to accept this, but then he eventually does, and this film takes a much more poignant point of view, and it's much more different and much more serious and sad and like dramatic compared to the previous last few Rocky films. Obviously, Adrian isn't with Rocky anymore, so we get quite a lot of scenes of Rocky just kind of crying, and there's loads of kind of what ifs and things like that, and Rocky kind of pondering on his life, and it's very, like I say, it's very poignant. It's a very poignant movie. It's very sad, and the way it's filmed as well, the camera, the color of the film, you really get off this kind of feel of sadness. Not necessarily a bad thing. It's not sad in a bad way, but it's just different. It's different to the other Rocky movies. So what I will say about this film is it's very different, as I've just said, uh, but yeah, it's a good movie. I'm deciding to change the way I rate my movies. I'm gonna see how I go with a star rating. So out of 5 stars, I'd probably give this 3 stars, 3 out of 5. Pretty good movie, a lot better than Rocky 5, and I think Stallone made a good decision by making this movie and not leaving it at Rocky 5, because that movie was just a disaster. Guys, thank you very much for watching this video. I hope you enjoy it. Please subscribe to my channel. Thank you very much.